Hello, everyone. I am Sophfronia Scott, Director of the Alma College MFA in Creative Writing, and this is Faculty Friday. This is your opportunity to learn from our amazing faculty that you get to work with one-on-one as a student in our low residency graduate program. And today I have with us the newest member of our faculty, the amazing Kirk Walsh. Kirk is a novelist, and her first novel, The Elephant of Belfast, was inspired by true events. It took place at the Bellevue Zoo in Belfast, Northern Ireland in 1941. The novel went on to become a national bestseller, and it has been translated in several foreign editions. Over the years, Kirk has been a resident at the U-Cross Foundation, Yaddo, Ragdale, and elsewhere. She is a graduate of the creative writing program at New York University, and she has taught advanced workshops for writers for the past decade, and we are so thrilled to have her with us. So thank you, Kirk.
Yeah, thank you.
So today, and we were talking earlier about how we are both novelists in the midst of working on our next projects. How does one keep going? Writing a novel is not a happy-go-lucky walk through the woods. So how does one keep going with it?
Yeah, it's funny. So I feel like I always preface everything by saying, you know, different kind of tools and techniques. It's about finding what works for you. I was an athlete when I was a kid, in college and high school, and I feel like I definitely sort of bring athletic sensibility sometimes, like very into, daily practice and knowing that if I show up at the desk, that's kind of the most important thing. But I do think what's important, like a part of MFA study and learning how to read deeply and being mentored is kind of one of the muscles that can kind of help you throughout the journey, particularly when you're done with an MFA program. And one writer who I really admire a lot, Zadie Smith, uh, she wrote this essay that was published in The Believer, called That Crafty Feeling. And she talked about, or one of the quotes is, it's such a confidence trick writing a novel. The main person you have to trick into confidence is yourself. Um, and, and I think a part of it is, yeah, sort of learning, what writers get you inspired. I mean, she kind of refers to it as a cheering squad. I know for me, like sometimes I'll turn to poets like Marie Howe. Jean Valentine was a mentor of mine. So sometimes reading a poem by her, um, putting up quotes from different writers who you like a lot. There's one quote I thought I would read, that I've used over the years from Marilyn Robinson. She said, this is from the Paris Review, which has a lot of great interviews with writers. She said, I think that to be a good writer, you have to put yourself on the line. You have to think deeply about what is meaningful to you, and you have to make a good faith effort to speak from the integrity of your own deep experience.
Mm.
People don't think about assessing what is the deepest narrative for them. I think that's about 99% of the subject of literature, right from it. Like, yeah, like that's, I mean, I've been returning to that quote for years. And, but like more recently, the great writer Jessamine Ward, she also has a new novel out, Let Us Descend. And she gave a talk at the Library of Congress this summer, and talking about bearing witness and writing from that space. And I just think, like, for me, a lot of, or my intention with novel writing is trying to write towards the truth. And so a lot of the quotes that I kind of, or inspiration, it's helping me to kind of drop in and try to, just prepare myself for the writing. Um, some days I can feel inspired. Other days, you feel like you're just sort of pushing um, stones around. But it all counts. Um, and so I think like, yeah, just finding whatever practice might work for you. A lot of people talk about finding the time of day. I mean, obviously, with a work schedule, there can be limitations. And so, I just tend to work in the mornings because it reflects the priority of my day.
Mhm.
If I'm doing it first thing in the morning. Um, but yeah, so there's lots of, I mean, I think like you had mentioned your wand before, but there can be lots of little objects, you know, like a shell from a place we've been, there's different ways to kind of surround ourselves with um, tactile objects, but also language to kind of, keep us inspired.
I keep, I keep, and it's right here on my wall, the words from the poet Jane Kenyon. And I don't know
Mm,
if you've ever seen these words before, but they're usually listed under instructions, right? They're from a lecture that she gave. And of course, we lost her much too soon. Jane Kenyon
mhm.
died in her 40s, but her instructions say, be a good steward to your gifts, protect your time, feed your inner life, avoid too much noise, read good books, have good sentences in your ears, be by yourself as often as you can, walk, take the phone off the hook, and work regular hours. It's like a bit of encouragement to me. It's like, okay, here are my marching orders. I just do what Jane says and it'll be okay.
Yeah, no, it's all about creating the space. And I think, like, for me, these people, even though like I've never met Marilyn Robinson, I have met Chosen Word, but it's like they can offer inspiration on the page, by having it up on the wall. Um, and yeah, just trying to create an uninterrupted space. I mean, I think with our digital world, um, I try to like put my phone somewhere. I try to shut the internet down, just to create a space for concentration.
Well, here's to that space and honoring that
Mhm.
space. Thank you for providing us the space to understand something of your writing journey. And I know I appreciate it. I know our viewers appreciate it. I, and to the viewer, if you are interested in pursuing an MFA with us, you can learn more about our application process on our website, alma.edu/MFA. Thank you for watching this Faculty Friday. I'm Sophfronia Scott. She is S. Kirk Walsh, and we are grateful that you are here. Thank you.